because what we've covered so far might sound like just traffic updates, but it's not. What's happening in 2026 isn't just stricter enforcement, it's a structural shift in how drivers are monitored. For decades, traffic law relied on human observation. Now it relies on automation. Cameras don't get tired, databases don't forget, algorithms don't give warnings. And here's the uncomfortable part: most of the next violations don't happen while you're speeding. They happen when you think you're driving normally. Let's keep going, because this is where it starts affecting even cautious drivers. 6. Automated toll surge enforcement and expanded. California is quietly expanding express lanes and dynamic toll corridors across major highways. But here's what most drivers don't understand: these aren't traditional toll roads anymore. They're algorithm-based pricing systems. The toll changes depending on traffic volume, time of day, congestion levels, accident patterns. You might enter a lane thinking the toll is $4. By the time you exit, it's $11. Now imagine this: your FasTrak balance was low, your auto reload didn't trigger, or your license plate wasn't properly synced. That small error becomes toll charge, administrative processing fee, late notice penalty, possible DMV registration hold. A $9 toll can become $65 to $120 fast, and repeated violations, they can prevent vehicle registration renewal. What makes this dangerous is psychological. Drivers treat express lanes casually. They don't view them as high-risk violations. But in 2026, they are digitally tracked revenue streams. 1. The safest move: check your toll account monthly. Confirm plate registration, enable text alerts for low balance, screenshot payment confirmations. Because toll enforcement is no longer manual, it's systematic. 7. School zone timing enforcement expansion. Deep dive. This next one is subtle. School zones used to be obvious: children visible, crossing guards present, flashing lights active. Now many zones operate on time programmed digital enforcement, meaning enforcement activates automatically based on clock time, not visible activity. You might drive through at 2:05 p.m. Road looks empty, no kids in sight, but if signage states speed limit 25 miles per hour between 2 to 4 p.m., cameras follow the clock, not conditions. And school zone tickets are typically doubled. But standard speeding fine: $250 school zone enforcement, $400 to $800. Add a point to your license. Insurance increases for 3 to 5 years. That $450 moment could cost you $2,000 plus long term. The dangerous part? These zones are expanding in suburban areas, not just dense cities. So drivers mentally relax, and that's when violations happen. New habit: whenever you see a school sign, assume enforcement is active, even if it looks safe, because cameras don't care what it looks like. 8. Construction zone camera deployment. Construction enforcement is changing dramatically. Portable radar trailers, temporary mounted speed cameras, drone-assisted monitoring in some corridors. And here's the trap: construction zones now remain enforceable even when workers are not visible. If signage indicates reduced speed, the law applies. Drivers often think, no workers, I'm fine. But if a digital radar unit captures your speed, citation processed, and fines are commonly doubled. $300 becomes $600, $500 becomes $1,000 in high-risk zones. And construction projects last months, meaning repeated exposure. If your commute passes through one daily, your statistical risk increases. Best defense: slow early. Maintain reduced speed the entire marked distance. Don't accelerate until signage clearly ends. 9. Improper lane change and signal crackdown. This one surprises confident drivers. Failure to properly signal is being more aggressively enforced in congested areas. The key phrase: signal intention clearly and continuously. Quick blink signal, not sufficient. Signaling after beginning lane shift, technically a violation. In high traffic corridors, officers are being instructed to prioritize unsafe merges, late signaling, aggressive lane weaving. Why? Because side impact collisions are increasing, especially in dense freeway systems. The fine may seem small, $200 to $300, but combine that with traffic school fees, insurance premium increase, lost time. It adds up quickly. Most drivers believe, I'm experienced, I merge fine. But enforcement is now interpretation-based, and interpretation favors safety. 1-0 left lane impediment enforcement. California has long had a keep right except to pass expectation, but in 2026, enforcement is increasing. If you remain in the left lane without actively passing, you can be cited for impeding traffic, even if you're going the speed limit. This confuses drivers, because legally, traffic flow often overrides personal speed preference. Dashcam patrol systems and traffic units now monitor slow-moving left lane vehicles. And here's the costly part. These stops often lead to secondary observations, which means expired tags noticed, insurance verification checked, equipment issues identified. One lane choice can cascade into multiple citations. The safest habit: use left lane only for passing, return right promptly. Second midsection reset, around 18 to 20 minutes. Pause again. Notice a pattern? None of these laws target extreme drivers. They target routine behavior, and automation magnifies minor mistakes. Now let's talk about violations that happen even when your car isn't moving. 11. Digital parking enforcement expansion. Cities are investing in digital plate scanning vehicles. These vehicles drive through neighborhoods scanning plates automatically. No chalk marks, no manual timing. If your car exceeds posted limit, citation mailed. Some cities are shortening time limits to increase turnover, and violations stack daily. 3 days parked too long, 3 tickets. Drivers assume, if I don't see enforcement, I'm safe. But enforcement is mobile and invisible. 12. Exhaust and noise monitoring. Noise complaints have surged in urban corridors. California is deploying sound detection enforcement in select areas. Modified exhaust exceeding legal decibel levels. Citation possible. Repeated violations. Mandatory inspection by state referee, which can cost the inspection fee. Required modifications. Retesting costs. Even minor aftermarket systems can push vehicles over threshold. And enforcement is increasing near nightlife zones and dense housing. Final high impact closing transition. Here's what matters most. The roads haven't become more dangerous overnight, but enforcement has become smarter, more connected, more automated, less forgiving. The system doesn't need to pull you over. It needs to scan you, and scanning is constant. So ask yourself, are you driving based on old habits or updated awareness? Because in 2026, the difference between those two is measured in hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. Stay informed, stay intentional, and adjust before the system adjusts you. 13. Vehicle equipment enforcement expansion. Here's something most drivers never think about. Your car itself can now trigger violations, even if your driving is perfect. California is increasing enforcement on tinted windows beyond legal limits. Aftermarket lighting, especially colored LEDs. Missing front license plates, cracked windshields that obstruct visibility, modified suspension height. Now, why does this matter more in 2026? Because automated plate readers and roadside camera systems are being paired with visual AI detection software. That means a patrol unit doesn't even have to manually notice a violation. Systems can flag excessively dark tint, plate obstruction, improper plate placement, and here's what drivers underestimate. An equipment violation stop often leads to additional checks. Insurance status, registration, outstanding tickets, smog compliance. One broken taillight could spiral into multiple citations. Financial impact? Equipment violations typically range from $100 to $300 per issue, but if corrections aren't handled quickly, late penalties stack, and if multiple violations are found, it compounds fast. The smart move: walk around your car monthly, check lights, check plate visibility, confirm both plates are installed, avoid aftermarket lighting that mimics emergency vehicles, because in 2026, your vehicle's appearance matters more than you think. 14. Dashcam and citizen submission evidence. This next shift is subtle, but powerful. More cities are expanding programs that allow citizens to submit video evidence of dangerous driving. That includes aggressive weaving failure to yield hit-and-run incidents, red light violations, and here's the key: if plate identification is clear, Warning, an investigation can begin without an officer witnessing the event. Now imagine this scenario. You roll slightly through a crosswalk. A pedestrian records it, submits footage. Weeks later, you receive notice of review. Not every submission results in citation, but the reporting infrastructure is growing. Why? Because authorities argue it increases accountability without increasing patrol budgets. Drivers assume, if I wasn't pulled over, I'm fine. That assumption is becoming outdated. The safest habit, drive as if every intersection has a camera, because increasingly, it does. 15 insurance premium algorithms are changing. This one doesn't show up in your mailbox immediately, but it quietly hits your wallet. Insurance companies are using more granular risk modeling, which means even minor violations now carry longer-term premium impact. In the past, one small infraction might fade quickly. Now, insurers analyze frequency of violations, type of violation, area of occurrence, time of day patterns. For example, 2 minor speeding citations in 18 months, you may be categorized as higher risk. That could increase premiums by $400 to $1,200 annually. Over 3 years, that's thousands. The ticket isn't the only cost anymore. It's the algorithmic ripple effect. 16 smog check and emission data cross-referencing. Smog enforcement is becoming more data connected. Registration renewal now ties directly into emission test results, repair history, catalytic converter documentation, VIN-linked compliance data. If your vehicle fails emissions, registration can't renew. If you delay repair, penalties accumulate, and in some areas, roadside emission spot check programs are expanding. Many drivers don't realize tampering with emission systems, even unintentionally,